If you spend your entire life trying to be good enough by being special and having this idea that when you're significant enough or when you're special enough, you'll finally be enough, you're going to waste your entire life chasing a fantasy. And I should know because I'm someone that did it. And I'm someone that had to learn the extremely hard and painful truth that there's no such thing as being special enough to make you love yourself. I chased the idea of being good enough my entire life. I chased the idea that if I'm significant enough, if I'm helpful enough, if I'm competent enough, if I'm capable enough, if I'm pretty enough, if I'm strong and jacked enough, if I'm fit enough, if I have enough money, if I'm successful enough, then I'll be deserving of being loved. And then I will feel enough, and then I will love myself, and then other people will love me. And if you're watching this, you've probably felt that way too for the majority of your life. And the truth is, you're not wrong for thinking it. I mean, we're sold on this idea from the time that we're children. The stories that we see, the movies that we see, the stories that we hear on social media or in the news or in movies, or what our parents and the people around us say to us, the way we're praised for things, we're sold on this lie that there is this point in time, if you do these certain things, whether it's look a certain way or have enough a certain amount of money or have a certain lifestyle or be able to work with certain clients, if you do that, then you are going to be rich and famous and deeply loved and in love and happy, and you're going to think that you're amazing and you're going to feel so good about yourself. And it's all a lie. Because the truth of the matter is, how many people have gotten to that point and have been deeply miserable, deeply unfulfilled, addicted to drugs and alcohol, completing suicide, feeling like I finally achieved everything that I was told I was supposed to, but I still can't look in the mirror and I still hate myself. We see stories like that all the time. We see stories like that all the time. But it doesn't click for us. It's like, yeah, okay, but that's them. But me, when I finally get those things, when I finally have the wealth or the fame or the relationship, or if I look that certain way, or if I get my nose done or enough stuff done to my face, or when I have the body, or when I have the car, or when I have insert whatever the label is here, when I'm special, then I'll feel it. And believe me, I chased that too. I went from a broken little girl, couldn't figure out her way out of a paper bag, to being a therapist who sees 50 to 60 clients a week, making six figures, beautiful apartment, amazing dog. I co own and run a business. I'm a speaker. I do all of these amazing things. And I still hated myself. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't sit and be alone with myself because the negative, intrusive thoughts and the beliefs and the feelings of shame and self loathing and despair, the success and the money and the accolades, it didn't make it go away because I didn't fix what was going on in here. I didn't fix the things that I believed in here that made those feelings and beliefs feel true. You can't out success self-hatred. You can't out success self loathing. You can't out success shame because the lack of success didn't cause them. You not being special, whatever that is, whatever your definition of that is not what got you into this pit. What got you into this pit was believing that you had to be in order to be enough. There's never going to come a point where you pass a threshold of external success where you finally believe that you're enough. There's no such thing as being special enough to feel good enough inside. Look at people like Whitney Houston, or I don't know who's another good example, Michael Jackson, or um, I don't know, I'm blanking hardcore right now. But these are perfect examples. Robin Williams, people that were loved, people that were so deeply revered and celebrated. Everybody knew their name. Everybody loved them. John Belushi's another example. These people who seemingly had it all, they were special. Nobody has a voice like Whitney Houston. And she was addicted to drugs and it ended up leading to her death. It's because the idea of being special is a myth. The idea of, and what I mean by that is the idea that being special equals loving yourself. That's a better way of saying it. The idea of being special leading to you having deep self-worth and self-belief and loving yourself and being fulfilled is a myth. Because if your identity does not match the success that you have, that's going to cause tension. It's going to cause a clash. And that's going to lead to you having this distorted sense of self where you have to put the mask on all the time to convince yourself and other people that you are the person who is successful. You are special. You are whatever. You'll fight tooth and nail to keep the image without actually building the identity. And image without identity is what causes cognitive dissonance and distortion. And that's what makes people addicted to love, addicted to relationships, addicted to drugs or alcohol or gambling or the chase or whatever else it might be. Because the idea that if I do enough, if I become whatever this thing is, then in here will finally change. And I've seen it time and time again working as a therapist. It never changes. Not that way. Not that way. What's going to cause real change is you really taking the time to understand, why do I believe that I have to be or have or do whatever that thing is? Whatever that thing is for you, why do I believe that I have to have that in order to be enough? In order to be significant? Why do I need significance so badly? For me, it was because I never felt it. I believed sincerely that if I'm not significant, I'm not going to be loved. I'm not going to be accepted. I'm not going to be wanted. And then I'm going to be abandoned and alone. And that's going to be death. I literally equated not being significant with death. So, of course, my entire life was be significant, be special, surround yourself with the special people, try to be perceived as whatever that thing is without actually becoming it. And that almost made me lose my business. It almost made me lose all of my friends. It put me into thousands and thousands of dollars of debt. And it led to me having thoughts of suicide and thoughts of, sincerely wanting to end my life. And that's happened to so many of my clients too. And if you're watching this, I hope it's not to that extreme, but if it is, you're not alone. And if you need someone to talk to about it, please reach out. I'm taking clients. But you're not alone. You need to really sit down and ask yourself, why is it that I sincerely believe this is the only way for me to be enough? And then what you're going to have to do is you're actually going to have to start building an internal sense of love, an internal sense of self. Because without the internal, you'll never get the full external success. And even if you do, you'll sabotage it and you'll be deeply unhappy and deeply unfulfilled. It's happened time and time again. And successful people don't talk about it. But if you get behind the scenes with them, you'll see it. And you'll see what they really think and you'll see what they really feel. Everybody's putting on a really good show. But the truth is, the majority of those people are deeply unfulfilled and they hate themselves and they hate their lives. And the same does not have to be true for you. You will never feel enough if being enough means chasing this idea of being special. But you can become enough by you developing you in here and you learning for that, you learning how to make that enough. So what I want you to do is I want you to put down in the comments below, what was the story? What was the narrative that you were telling yourself about what special and enough meant? And what are you going to do today to try to help yourself get out of that? What's one thing that you can do to start today? Drop the comment down below. I sincerely cannot wait to read them and I respond to everything. Send me a DM if you have questions about this. Evolve with Bianca, or if you want to work together. And I will see you next time.